What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Quicksilver returning in WandaVision, how a Funko Pop is the reason that it seems very, very likely that we know this. Now, let me quickly just get out of the way that I'm very, very excited for WandaVision. I really, really am. We've talked about that before. This show, I think, is going to be really, really spectacular, and we know it's going to do seemingly a lot of things for the MCU, right? That this is kind of where everything is going to get completely wacky. This could very well introduce the Spider-Verse into, Spider-Man and his movies and Doctor Strange having to fix it. There is a lot of repercussions just from this one show, which is incredible, and honestly is, I think, a really, really big strength of the MCU in general, or at least what they have right now. So what we have in addition to it, though, is Quicksilver. Okay, so obviously Quicksilver is gone, but really, and this isn't the hardest thing to predict in the world, right? Wanda has clearly lost her mind, okay, in the show. We know that from the direction they're taking it from the comics, from even what we've seen based off of the trailers, right? Those kids are not actually real. They don't actually have kids. It's very possible Vision himself, right? He's just a creation, or I think the running theory seems to be that he could have like his mind, but he's living in this basically procedural generated world that Wanda has created, and he's figuring out that he's not real, that the world's not real, etc., right? So we know they're playing a lot of games, or Wanda is playing a lot of games, but does it mean that she could bring back Quicksilver? Well, number one, I think that's just something that makes a lot of sense. It would be a chance to revisit a character that so many people liked that character, and obviously the issue with the X-Men and all that stuff kind of resulted in, all right, well, we have to kind of pick, but he was a very likable character, very, very likable, and again, this is a chance. We even see it with the Winter Soldier and Falcon, that show that will come out of one day maybe in like 15 years. When that show comes out, we know that they are going to do some very different things to early characters as well. So they may bring back characters that many people could have forgotten about, right? In fact, WandaVision already is doing that even with Kat Dennings' character, right? So WandaVision could be bringing back Quicksilver. Here's how we know. There was a tweet out, and I'll just read the tweet. I'll show you. ECCC 2021 WandaVision 2-pack Vision and Quicksilver rumors of Quicksilver showing up might just be true. We'll only announce this pop for now until maybe next year. Nothing confirmed yet until Funko announces it. And so a leak from a reputable toy tipster, Sarient Pop, suggests an exclusive Funko Pop pack will feature both Vision and Quicksilver. The image used in the tweet is of Aaron Taylor Johnson's version of the character from Age of Ultron, not Evan Peters from obviously the X-Men and all that stuff, suggesting Wanda could bring back her brother to life. That would make a lot of sense considering that WandaVision seems intent on giving Wanda Maximoff the perfect life she never really got. Granted, the Funko pack is not confirmed, but the leaker has been right about such leaks before, so it's within the realm of possibility. A leaked casting report suggests that Peters would be playing a key role in WandaVision and that he filmed his scenes in late 2019. I didn't know that even before I made this video. His potential involvement left fans speculating about who he might be playing and whether or not he would reprise his role as Quicksilver on the Disney Plus series. The casting leak also implied that Peter's role could be a villain and not Quicksilver, but it's not a long shot to think that he could be the MCU's very own speedster. So, and then he also has made it very clear he has no plans to return to the role. Of course, he could be lying, but there are no reports that he has ever been seen on the set, so any wondering. So, I think it's honestly pretty darn likely. Weirdly enough, Funko Pops are like the core thing. Funko Pops and Lego sets. Lego sets oftentimes give us a lot more information. Remember, Lego sets actually like leaked out, or however you want to view it, right? But Lego sets basically spoiled a lot of Infinity War and Endgame, whether it was characters, whether it was the suits they were wearing, whether it was the weapons they were using. Remember, they actually spoiled Thanos's, when he battled Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America at the end of Endgame. His that sword, they spoiled that the Lego set spoiled that long before anybody really even knew. I think they spoiled that back before Infinity War even came out, and people thought that he'd be using it in Infinity War, and so everybody was kind of confused. Remember all that? So there's a history of Lego sets and Funko Pops being very connected to, and it makes sense, right? Because you do things for merchandising purposes. You probably hope that you don't build whole shows or whole premises around just for merchandising, which sadly does happen in some mediums, right? But I think this makes sense. It makes sense. Well, one, yeah, I mean, that would be something you could sell pretty darn easily, right, to whoever you wanted, right, with Quicksilver. But number two, yeah, I mean, everything that they said. I didn't know about that casting report, so if that's true, that's just another thing to kind of add on top of it. Why would he be returning to the MCU if not to be like, who, or why would, you know what I mean? That's very weird. Now, it has been done, right, because they already actually did that once, but to something like this, Quicksilver is such a recognizable, or he, as Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, is very recognizable. To have him come back but play somebody different and pretend like that never happened, that doesn't really make any sense. And again, just from a TV show point of view, from what the show's premise literally is yeah, exactly like the site said. This is the life Wanda wants, right? This is her perfect life where she has kids, where she gets to be with Vision, where they get to live a semi-normal life, right? And her brother obviously could be a part of that, right? Maybe she wants to see her brother again, so he's there and he's like, hey, you know what? I'm still alive, right? And we can be together as brother and sister. Makes a ton of sense, and then obviously that could play with even more emotions with Wanda because he's not actually, much like the children, much like Vision himself, much like Quicksilver, none of them are actually there. She's just kind of projecting it all. So I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it would be a really, really cool thing to see. I think it's another kind of like tip of the hat where it's like, we hear you. We know you guys liked him. There was never really a way to bring him into this except for now. And like I said, by all the other rumors of what they could do with like the Spider-Verse, if they are going to get, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and stuff, this is it. This is WandaVision is how you do this. She has the ability. She's really the only character in this position that has the ability, with where they're going, okay, with the MCU, to be able to alter all of these universes, mess up things, and then you need to bring Doctor Strange in to be able to fix everything, and that's where Doctor Strange 2 comes into place, which remember that she's in Doctor Strange 2. Could she be a villain there trying to stop him from doing all that? See, these are the interesting things. That's why, in my opinion, Wanda, at this point, I always thought she was definitely one of the coolest ones, one of the better characters. At this point, she's probably the coolest character from who they have left, with, several characters just not coming back, and with Thor being, who knows, he could be completely different. He could still be the same. So, we'll see how it goes, but I really do think this is possible. So let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Do you think Quicksilver will return? Do you think it's all just a bunch of fake news? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, have the bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. All of my other social media stuff is in the description below if you guys want to check that out. My Discord, my Twitter, and my second channel if you guys want to support me there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be covering WandaVision as we get closer, and then when the show is out, it is actually streaming, I'll be covering it there as well. And I hope to see you guys on those videos.